Alright, YouTubers, not sure where this clip is going to end up. Probably at the end of something, to be honest, but just dog sitting for my parents for a week. They're coming back today, so he thinks I'm talking to him. Yeah, I've been meaning to just show this at some point. My dad's Allwin. Yeah, so, God, he's had this about... It must be like, oh, I just noticed the ball's got stuck there. That was a winner. 1 second. Yeah, he's had this, you get a free go as well. It's a lose. That is a lose. Yeah, he's had this, try to work it out. 21 years? Wow, is it that long? Yeah, something like that. That's crazy. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, but let's say 20 odd years. It's from the 1930s, I believe. He's had a few Allwins over the years, but he ended up selling them off. So he's just ended up with this one. And when he got it, this backdrop was completely different. It was like, I'll see if I can find an old photo, but even if I do find the photo, it'll be like that big. It's like an old eBay picture that I saved years ago. That's if I can even find it. But it's like yellow and green, just plastic. Yeah, someone had done a really cheap, like, makeshift background, because it obviously wasn't the original background, but obviously the cabinet's original, the mech is original. I assume these are the same keys for the mech. Yeah, here we go. So some of you might have seen these. That's the mechanism. Like I say, from the 1930s, this one, so quite an early one. And this one would dispense cigarettes upon winning a game, which would all be lined up in this track. And then, as you saw a minute ago when I was turning the wheel, that would move this, thus spitting out a cigarette. Overfill of coins. No, sorry, coins just go straight in there because this one doesn't pay out coins, it pays out cigarettes. Yeah, some of them will have like a tube of coins, obviously, and then when that overfills, that'll go into your cash box. But yeah, like, really original. Obviously, apart from this background, so what he did was he took all this to bits. He had that made at his workshop for winning shot, turn knob in direction of arrow. This lost win, he redone them and yeah, wrote the lost win, because this was just colours before, I think. That gold thing is original from, and all these I think are original, these silver bits. But yeah, the actual Woodbine cigarettes was a flyer he bought, a period flyer, and then he glossed all over it several times and actually put it in the machine. That really works quite well. You'd think that was from back in the day. And because the flyer is the same age as this, that sort of makes sense, to be honest. So yeah, that's he's done that well. But yeah, it works on old pennies. So I'll just take that off. There should be a bunch of, well, it's quite a lot of pennies actually, more than I was expecting. Big old pennies. So we'll give it a few games. The mech can be a little bit temperamental. Like sometimes it takes a few coins for the ball to spit out. Obviously back in the day that wouldn't have been good if there was no attendant around, but it probably just needs a tweak or two. There we go, it spat out straight away. So obviously, yeah, you aim, it's a bit stiff there, but you aim and then you want to hit it in the wind. That's giving you a free go and a cigarette. Now this would have been purely novelty back in the day because I should imagine 1p, one old p for a cigarette was just ridiculous. But obviously you get a free go, so if your skills are in, you could probably get 3 or 4 cigarettes. But yeah, it just purely novelty. So 2 losers. There we go. Bounced out of the lose there. Another lose. But yeah, I would love like an 11s. What is it? Is it Brian's? Oh, just went straight there. Brian's 11s. Or the clown pill win. I've always fancied one of them. But my dad had quite a few because we went to an auction. He bought quite a few of these. He had one of the Roundtree Sweets ones. He had actually had an automatic cigarette dispensing one. I've never seen one since. Like, wish he'd have kept that, because yeah, you'd win it automatically without turning this thing, like a really clever mech. So whoever designed that, never lose. Can we get one win? Not that it's going to give a cigarette, obviously, but so it didn't spit out a ball that time. There you go. I'll give it a big one. Oh, it just couldn't do it, could it? So close. No, never lose. Well, this does show the rigness. Never lose. And the last coin. There we go. And another lose. Well, we got a winner at the start because it got stuck, but there you go. The Woodbine cigarette Allwin, which actually wasn't that, but yeah, from 1930, so almost 100 years old. Still works, no electricity required. And yeah, these have been good investments. You could get these for about 300 or 400 years ago. But original ones, there's a lot of repros out there, but original ones, yeah, they've definitely a good way of, yeah. If you didn't want to put your money in the bank and you bought a few of these, you wouldn't have, you wouldn't have lost, put it that way. So there we go. All right, they should be back in 3 hours, so it's goodbye to the dog. And yeah, I just thought I'd add that to the end, so of something. Yeah, I wanted to show that machine for a while, so yeah, there we go, get in. All right, for anyone that got this far, yeah, I was going to put a couple of pictures in the middle of the video, just, over the video. I thought I've got to find that picture of the eBay photo from, the Allwin back in the day, and I managed to find this folder, which has a few of my dad's other ones. So yeah, for anyone that got this far, here we go. Yeah, if you're interested. So this is the one I was talking about with the automatic dispensing. This was my dad's up on the wall near the front door in his old bungalow, my parents' old bungalow, the family home. Yeah, this is the automatic payout one. So obviously similar design, but yeah, some of you'll notice it doesn't have the turning knob there. So lands in one of these win slots at the top. Boom, cigarette pops out. Really clever movement. And I know he has said he wished he'd have kept this one. So that's a close-up shot of that machine. I think all this would have been original, or they might have used the cabinet and then redone this. But yeah, winning a cigarette, obviously that is going to be old, isn't it? This is an old arcade Allwin machine, if you like. Shoot ball into cigarette tubes. Oh, I guess, is that the look they were going for? So these were supposed to be, wow, were they cigarettes? Actually, maybe, because have they gone for like no, I don't know. Maybe that's just how they've worded it, but that was the mechanism. Like I say, no electronics. No idea how it exactly worked. I suppose it would land, because you can't see it. Look, it's all covered up by this plate. You can't actually see what's actually going on. I guess it's something to do with this like, yeah, that would then knock this down, and then that would then spin. Yeah, it worked flawlessly every single time. There's also something here going on. So yeah, every single time this would work. Really, really clever. I haven't seen one since, when I have looked over the years. This, not an Allwin, but this is one he owned. I don't know if he ever actually got it working. Drop a copper. So you'd put in your penny, and it would bounce off up here, and if it landed in one of these chutes, you'd get 3 coins, 6 coins, 9 or 12. This was electromechanical. Like I said, I don't know if he ever got it working. He might have done. But I know when he did, he sold it afterwards. So that's the inside. I wouldn't have a clue what is going on here, but I guess it's fairly simple. Anyone that's into electrics would probably know. Yeah, just, I don't know if this was 1950s, 60s. I guess, possibly, but yeah, different. It wasn't worth a lot of money. I don't think they probably made hardly any back in the day. This was just, so obscure. Oh, Wonders. Is that the brand? Wonders. Actually, I think they were quite big, actually. But yeah, I don't know how many they sold. Has anyone seen one of these? Right, that's the 11ths I was going on about. I'd love one of these. This isn't the best photo of one. We never had one of these. So you put in 1p or one old penny. Most have been converted to the new 1p. And you'd win 2, 4, or 6 coins. Sometimes these are a bit different, but 11ths, really well-known company brand back in its day. And yeah, there's actually one of these in Hemsby still working right next to the the cashier, the cash desk. I can't remember which arcade it was. I can't remember what it's called, but some of you might have seen it. I did actually play it this time last year, actually. So yeah, still up and running. I remember playing this in Hemsby as a kid, and it's still there. Obviously, it was really old then, but yeah. Now this, this is interesting. So you can't really tell from the photo, but that auction I was telling you about when my dad bought a few, this was for sale. This is a repro. It was a mini 11ths, designed to be a mini 11ths, literally tiny. You could hold it in the palm of your hand if you bounced it well. It looks bigger than what it is, but this actually went for like close to £500 back in 2004, which was a lot for an Allwin. I remember who bought it as well. The only thing she bought, her and her husband were there, and she was clutching this in her arms she actually said outside in the car park, she was like, "This is my baby." I can remember her doing it now. And we all thought, what on earth? She's paid 450 quid for this. Bearing in mind that was like top money for an Allwin then. But actually, she was probably quite smart because this was a one of one, I believe, or one of two that someone has made, and it probably would go for a lot more now, assuming it all works perfectly. But yeah, really tiny little thing this was, which someone has just done just for fun. But yep, she bought it, and yeah, it's probably worth more now. This is something I've always wanted to own one of these. They're a lot of money. I believe they're French, but correct me if I'm wrong. So it's basically a mechanical roulette wheel. We didn't have this, by the way. It's just a photo I found in amongst the folder I'm looking at. So you'd put your penny or whatever currency up here, turn this handle, and the wheel would actually spin, land, and automatic payout. Very clever mechanism. Haven't actually got a picture of the mech, but I'm sure someone's done videos on all these games. Like Seesaw, this is one we were going to bid for. It didn't go for much money at all. I don't think there was any electrics on this. It's literally, you put a penny in, and pennies would basically land on these seesaws, and when there's enough weight, it would chuck more down and then give you, yeah, very basic early on, I guess, sort of a bit like a 2p pusher, but without the electrics. I'm pretty sure this was no electrics. It literally was standing still, a bit like a really old pachinko machine, I suppose, from Japan. But this was 1960s, I believe. Yeah, put your penny in. You might be lucky, and these seesaws, if you like, would bounce and you'd drop more coins down here. Yeah, very early arcade novelty game. Now this is a very, very early version of an 11ths. As you can see, in very rough state. This actually went for quite a bit of money, because if you restored this, this is really early, before they obviously got any traction with this game. Yeah, just something I found in the folder. Don't know who was selling it. It was on eBay at the time. But yeah, needed full restoration. Now, this was the Pillwin I was talking about. I would like one of these. Now, there's two versions of this. This is the really early one. This is really collectible, or at least it was really collectible in its day. Sorry, back in the day when we were looking, 2004, 2003. I know this went for like 1,500 quid then. I don't know how values of these have like gone in recent times, but if this was fully like original good condition, I reckon it'd be pushing almost 3 grand. I might be wrong, but this is a really rare early version of a Pillwin. Clown Pillwin, they used to call them. Like I say, there is another version of one of these, but I can't find it in the folder. I know I could just Google it, but this is a real early one of this game. This is one of my dad's. This one I was talking about, Winner Chew. Pretty sure it's all original. Obviously, there's some water staining going on. Yeah, land in one of these cups and you'd win Wrigley's Spearmint chewing gum. Yeah, as I've said, he wished he hadn't have sold all these because they've all gone up in value, better than money in the bank. But he did make a profit on them at the time. He bought them, cleaned them up a bit, and then sold them on. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, nice looking machine. Right, here's the one on the video. So I couldn't find the eBay photo, but I found some pictures of the before he changed the flyer. And I was wrong about this sign to begin with. That was already on there. I thought he had that made up. But as you can see, God, this is all a lot more shiny. It probably does need a good polish. But I guess actually his has got some nice patina now, to be fair. So he changed the pennies only. I think he changed that to a period one. This is the same as I've said. And yeah, this is a bit different to how I imagined. So this is all plastic. The yellow, blue, white, all plastic. And this green card was all hand painted. And as you can see, the win, it was actually lost win, lost win. It actually said lost win. I didn't think that made sense myself. I should say lose win, really, but I guess lost, it's gone in and you've lost. So he redone all these. He obviously, he's kept this, I think. But yeah, he put the flyer in, and yeah, I just think it looks, well, I guess it's subjective, but I think what he's done is a good, but it's a period flyer. So it kind of made sense, really, instead of this like this yellow and blue plastic did look really cheap and tacky. Yeah, just but yeah, like you can tell this is a lot more shiny. His is like aged a bit now. So Winnegum, another one of his. Yeah, this is yeah, it'd be collectible now, put it that way. Totally original, like unrestored. Yeah, Winston chewing gum, I guess. Winner Spangles, very well known one, all original once again, lovely condition. Like I said, this photo was taken 21 years ago at the time of this video. Yeah, he probably wish he'd have kept this one as well. But there you go. If only you had the crystal ball. It's one of those things, like, I guess you sell them for a quick profit, or you don't think to hold on to it for 20 years and just, yeah, how much room they take up. It's not like a fruit machine. These don't take up much room at all. Nothing to go wrong on them either. Like, and that was it. So that was the photos. Yeah, for anyone that's interested there, some of my dad's old Allwins, and that was how it looked. The one on the video, that's how it looked before he changed the flyer, etc. So yeah, a little bit of a different video in it. So once again, thanks for watching, and yeah, if I do find any more old pictures of stuff we used to have, I'll show in the future. But I think this was the only folder of pictures of the machines he used to have. Yeah, and I would love one of these one day, but they are very expensive now, and you got to be careful. A lot of them are repros, or I don't actually like it when they've been fully restored. You want one that's like quite original, in my opinion. So it has all that history and patina, but it's still really nice condition. But yeah, you probably they've got to be over £2 now, I should imagine. But I haven't looked in a long time, so who knows? But I highly doubt they've come down in value. Yeah, better than money in the bank and a bit of fun as well. Right, get in. Thanks for watching.